Hey, how are you guys doing? I've been better. I just woke up, but I put together a message and I've been working on it for a little while here. This message is for all of those who underestimate me. Just know this: you saw me as an insignificant piece, as though I was just available to be treated as though I didn't deserve anything but the bare minimum, as someone to show me just enough effort to get me to stay, but not enough effort to keep me. So that's when I had to make a choice for my own self to stop loving you and to love myself when I was losing myself and I was losing my ability to even try to see a way out from under, as if I didn't deserve the respect that I've always given other people. And maybe you thought of it being okay to just consider me a joke, or anything that I could suggest a joke. But now you're faced to look at me and have to either secretly watch to see if I'm prioritizing myself the way I should, or if I'm falling apart and failing, wondering how exactly did I make it through all of that torture and pain? Because they see themselves and they know they wouldn't have been able to make it through that torture and misuse of their own lives. And yet you did. All of those times that they assumed that you were just at home, wasting your time, and they called you names, saying you're lazy, you're stupid, or even worse things. And yet, they were all wrong. While they could go about behind your back politicking and whatnot, gossiping about you, you were simply trying to invest in yourself every day, even though it was hard to do, while there were little literal termites underneath the floorboards of what you were placing together. Little by little, you began to see exactly what they were doing, knowing full well that they weren't going to be happy about you putting your own self back together, because they just can't handle seeing you grow, and they can't handle that you're figuring them out for exactly who they are. They always sought after this poor image of you, but now they are faced up with the facts that they can't get away with their normalcy of disrespect on you, and you aren't going to allow it anymore. So this only angered them. You were the last person that they wanted to outshine them, to see gain more success, to rise up into the leader that you are. And while you were always thought of as a person that was just chasing the herds, you were choosing a different path to grow stronger and more resourceful for yourself. And they honestly couldn't have handled it if it were them. And every single time, they thought that their insidious ways would break you down, because they thought that they would have you falling apart and not even being able to get so much as far as you have gotten, let alone maybe even a little 10% of how far you've gotten. And so you've come a lot farther than they wanted you to, as well as you were constantly putting in the effort to grow yourself. Today, however, even though you're not seeking for their validation anymore or advice, you realize that you have a lot more figured out on your own than they ever thought that you could get to. You channeled all that negative energy and emotion that they gave you, and you turned it around every single day that you could. And it was in ways that they know they wouldn't have ever have been able to do. And somehow you were still able to do it. For so long they walked around thinking that they were better than everyone else, or at least thinking that they were better than you are. But that wasn't like you at all. Even now, while you're going through all of these hard times and all of this turmoil, you're not looking down on anyone. Even though oftentimes you're hurt, you're very hurt. So you're showing all of that pain, but yet you still choose to not allow yourself to crouch down to those levels, and they can't stand it. You see, I believe God's got you in this journey for a reason, because He's written those laws in your heart. You're a good steward and a servant of the Lord. And you're asking to be that vessel and to be used as leadership material. You're here to help, and it's not for the things that they thought it would be for, or material gains, but simply because you've known that feeling of needing their help and not able to find anyone that's there to really help you. Rather, they say that they want you to have the help. They're not offering any of that help that you actually need. So they smile in your face, but they do no thing to really help you. So it hurt you. And it hurt you for a really long time. It took a lot to dig yourself out of that box. But you did. They didn't ever drop their egos off at the door when you were. You created avenues of change that they couldn't even suggest to even peek at. When you looked into everything and anything that they had for you, and most times you were willing to put in that time and effort and everything to suggest that you were willing to make the changes and take on the challenges to up your skills to make it work. So now you're laying the asphalt for those who are in need like you were for so long, to become that help that you once needed. And now you're on your way to creating a system that's so powerful that it's going to create support where you once lacked the capacity and the capability. But now, even though it's not up and active and it's not online to the level that you would like it to be, you're in phases of really becoming somebody no matter what, because they might have taken pleasure in seeing you struggle, but as you continue to press on, sharing your blessings with the others around you, who might as well be in need like you were, because that's what it takes to be a true leader in a leadership role that requires indifference. And don't think for a second that what you offer isn't worth something, because it is. Just because someone saw what you were putting together and who also seen all of the adversity that you've been faced, you may have actually been in place to save people's lives, or even if you were saving one person's life, you made an impact, and you seek to do a whole lot more. Or to be able to change their course for the better forever, simply because you were set out to do that very thing. And though they may not come up to you or message you to tell you, you saved my life with what you did back there, you still most likely already have, and it might be many more than just one. So continue planting that seed and keep watering it with the Lord, because one day maybe your whole vision will be a brand new store that everyone loves, a brand new movement that everyone that tried to ignore you wouldn't be able to ignore anymore. Maybe by what you're doing today, you really can change the world, because that's what true leaders will do. They will make complete strangers feel that they are loved and worthy too. even when something might have just happened in their lives that made them run off, and they ran into one of your notes that you left around, and your words of encouragement could have been found in the toughest times of their lives. So sure, even though some of them might get rained out and washed away, or just thrown away, discarded, someone somewhere looked at what you were doing, and they were in that kind of desperation in their thinking process of what they were going through. And maybe they were in that place. They were in that place that was telling them that they were going to take their own lives. And you turned it all around for them. They were going to that place to really take a deep dive. And just because you had the idea to stand out and be indifferent, look, my friend, they're still alive today because of that one thing that you did. So keep planting that seed, keep being that leader, keep showing that love that you have. You don't need to hide it like others suggest, that wearing your heart out on your sleeve is not a good thing. Sometimes it's your super strength, not your weakness, that's showing. So when someone suggests to you that you're wearing your heart out on your sleeve as though it's a bad thing, you just tell them straight out, you're cowards, because you don't have the courage to be indifferent in the way that I am, and you are different, and they are different too. You are special, and they are special too. But you're also a true leader. And you don't even care to take that title. That's how humble you've had to become. And they can't show that same encouragement. They don't leave their egos at the door like you do. And one day, it can get them into a lot of trouble if they aren't careful with you. Because God's got you. And that mission is solid. So don't think it's not happening for you just because it's not happening right now. You understand? You just keep getting after it. And you just keep trying to get things right. It's not you that got it wrong, the way that they had you all tricked up. It's been them that's had it wrong the entire time. So listen, if you do like my message here, I appreciate your shares. It helps me grow. I really have a lot of work to work on as far as the mission goes and the movement and just building. And so if you like my message here, I encourage your support in any way that you can. And I've left a link below in the description that if you have any gift for me in the situations that I've been in, I really would appreciate it. It keeps a powerful message going for me and hopes that one day I can do these things to make these changes, and especially where charity is concerned. So please, if you think that my message is a powerful message worth sharing, please do so. Leave a comment and leave a like. I appreciate what all you do out here, and I hope that I can make better changes come into the world for those who feel lost and hurt and alone. Because oftentimes they too have something to offer that's beyond beautiful. And I want to help grow those people and water those people with the Lord. So if you like my message, please share a gift below, and at least share a comment to suggest how you think that I could better my skill set to grow this mission. I've been faced up with a lot of challenges, so I really do appreciate your support here. And I encourage you to continue watching my my content and to even go way back in time, because I'm creating a whole lot out here because it's been a long time coming for me. So I thank you again for your likes and your shares and anything that you can do to support me and encourage me and to show me love. Thanks, y'all. I love you guys. God bless you.